Jesus. Alright folks, hope you're doing absolutely amazingly. Behind me I have the Adamant bike that I built up recently, and I need to test and see how this thing rides. See if it holds up, see if it's strong, and hopefully see if it doesn't break underneath me. Even with the grippy soft compound tyres, I think, yeah, I'm going to struggle a little bit figure out where I can ride today. But I've come to a fairly standard place. I come just to test out some low-level stuff. I've never ridden this bike before. It's a high bottom bracket bike. I struggle to ride high bottom bracket bikes, so like I said before, when I've come here, it's baby steps. Let's see how this thing holds up. So on my Hex, I have to hook this because the bike's too short to do it from the floor, but this is quite a long bike, so I'm just going to see if I can just do a simple wheel swap on this. It is so long. Right. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy though. Need these brake pads to bed in as well. Right, I can't believe this temperature, it's business time already. I've only done two things. I think the weight of this bike is a serious workout. It's got to be close to 12 kilos. To put that into perspective, a modern competition style bike like this one is closer to 7 or 8 kilos, so this is a good chunk heavier. To put it into some kind of idea for you guys, the effort I'm putting in on this bike to try and side up this to rear wheel is the same effort I'm putting in to side up over bar height on the Hex. So it's a big effort. This bike is seriously hard work to ride. It feels like coming from a BMX to say a 29er mountain bike. Every trick you do, you have to put in like a 50% extra effort than you used to. So to side up this to back wheel, I'm having to put in 50% extra effort than on my Hex. To go up to front wheel, again, feels like 50% extra effort to get up there, which is crazy considering this is geometry meant for competition use. I'm sure once you do get used to it, people have proved that you can go massive on a bike like this, but for me, coming from my nimble little Hex, this feels like an absolute barge. Oh, come on! Oh my god! Another reason why I don't like front rim brakes, I literally just did a slightly skew whiff landing then and got a buckled wheel. My brake was rubbing. Not a good first impression of this bike, I tell you. This is what I get for not building my own wheels. How did this bend so much just from that? I've been 2 years on my light bicycle rims and I've not had to touch them. I've had 10 minutes on this bike and it's all over the place. It's still all over the place, but that'll do, pig. Ah. You're probably wondering what I'm even trying to do. I'm literally just trying to go up to front, straight to wheel swap. No going to the sides, just nice and straight. I just can't make this bike do what I want it to do. Go forwards! Just go forwards, please! Even that wasn't what I planned. I'll take it. I mean, that's better than what I wanted, but do you see how much effort I had to put into that? Even with the longer stem and the bar's tilted forward, I just can't get my weight as far forward as I can on my Hex. That's a struggle. Let's go find some other stuff. Now I've come to this wall, which on my Hex is a relatively easy wall to get up. I can get up the back wheel, up to the front wheel, can side up it, side up to rear wheel. I can, yeah, there's a few different ways I can get up this wall. Now, on this bike, I honestly don't think I could even get up this wall in any technique. I'm certainly going to have a try, but this is going to be a battle, and it's an annoying battle because it's a relatively small wall that I've got up a million times before, so prepare to be disappointed. This is a seriously greasy looking wall. Oh my god, I wouldn't even touch that with my Hex. I've had a scrape of these tyres on it. It actually seemed to be pretty grippy, which is why I used to love this front tyre. I think the best way I could get up this wall is maybe a side up. I could try a tap on up to front as well, but yeah, I'm going to be leaving some marks. Sorry Glasgow, sorry bike. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just go straight into business time as well. There's no point holding back. Let's see if I can surprise myself. That's kind of what I thought. Ah, this bike, and again, I'm never buying a second-hand trials wheel again. Jesus. If you're interested, the worst trials bike I have ever ridden is the Zoo Python, I think 2007 model, Craig Lee Scott's signature frame, which I'm not dissing Craig Lee Scott, he's an incredible rider and knew what he wanted in a bike, but I had to go on one. The chainstays and bottom bracket were in different postcodes. That was the longest little wheel 20-inch bike I've ever ridden. It was horrendous on the back wheel. The bars were so low and it had front and rear rim brakes, and yeah, it was the worst bike I've ever ridden in my life. However, this might take that crown. It's for most people make videos to make themselves look good. You know, I'm always on the hunt for sponsors or whatever. You know, you want to make yourself look good when you're riding. And then I go and make videos like this, where I'm not doing myself any favours at all. Right, this wheel is done. It is a write-off. As soon as this ride's done, I think this wheel is going in the bin, but I've got to make do for this ride at least, so let's see how long that lasts. Oh. Yeah, this is going about as well as I thought it would. Oh my word. Did not know where my rear wheel was then. Oh, right. Right, got the side up done. Wasn't pretty, got up it though. Let's try an up to front and wheel swap. This one, I'm not looking forward to. High consequence, this is slippery as anything. Yeah, let's push my luck a little bit. Well, that took long enough. Oh man. Right, I'm going to push my luck a little bit here. This is obviously one of the main places in Glasgow. You may have seen it in other vlogs. Great to ride here when it's dry, but when it's wet, oh my word, it is a slippy old place. Now there's gaps here, including this one, which I've done on my Hex. This is kind of my max static gap on my Hex. On the Echo bike that I built up, if you haven't seen that video, go check out in the description down below. I cruised across the gap, it was really easy. This bike has almost the same geometry as the Echo, so I'm wondering whether it's just the extra weight that's making me struggle. Either way, I'm going to see if I can fling myself across this gap and try not to slide out and hurt myself. Right guys, I'm actually gonna give up. I rarely give up. I hate giving up, but I just can't do this gap. I am holding back just a little bit. It is wet, it's slippery, plus that is a waxed edge. I had one where I did commit a little bit more and it just slid out of me. And I feel if I do go 100% at it, I might just end up flat on my back. So maybe one for a bit of a drier day. But man, these rear tires, I mean, I know this is old. They stopped making these a long time ago, but when I built up this bike, I noted how they're a really dead feeling tire. They're heavy, they don't offer any rebound, and yeah, they suck. Trying to do this gap, I want to have as much rebound from the tire as I can get, just to really get as much assistance as possible, and I'm not getting it from this. I know I'm making excuses. It's partly down to me, or a lot down to me. There's definitely riders out there who could get in this bike and send it across, but I'm not one of them, so let's go find something else. So I've decided to come along the Kelvin River to a place I came on, a Retro Giant, which actually is quite a cool place. Normally this place is pretty busy with people sunbathing, just chilling, but on a winter's day like this, it's a little bit quiet. Or so I thought. There's a ton of building going on behind me, so much for being peace and quiet, but there aren't any people on these walls, so riding can continue. So I've been riding a bit of street on this bike and I've really been struggling. So I decided I'll come and see how it rides on natural. So I've just driven an hour to Largs by the coast where I normally come ride, except the tide's totally in. I honestly didn't know the tide could come this far in. It's also, as you can probably tell, really windy. I've managed to get myself some thermal gloves. It is bitterly cold. This isn't ideal, but this is the only dry day I've got this week, so I'm gonna have to get something. This has been a hard video to make. That is a hard bike to ride. Lockdown has been in effect until today. The weather has been cold and wet, so I've only had a couple of days to actually get out and ride, and I don't want to do anymore. Like I said earlier, the previous bike that took the record for being the worst riding bike I've ever ridden is the Zoo Python. Not anymore. This takes the new crown. Hate is a strong word, but my word, I really hate this bike. That said, if it was a choice between this bike and no bike, I'd still choose this bike. I mean, you can still go out and do some cool stuff on it, but compared with what I'm used to, how nimble the Hex is, even previous competition style bikes, it just rides like crap. I think that's mostly down to the geometry. I don't like high bottom bracket bikes. I still don't like high bottom bracket bikes, and this is a high bottom bracket bike. That is one major thing that's really making me struggle to ride it. That combined with the weight, the dead feeling rear tire, the long stem, the tilted bars, the front rim brake, there's all just little things that incrementally add up just to a real horrible full package. Anyway, that's enough ranting. I'm done riding this bike. I'm never going to ride this bike again. I'm probably going to debuild it, maybe use some parts for some other bikes, but yeah, I'm done with it. Never again. Anyway, from a bike I hate to hopefully a bike I'll love, I'm awaiting the final touch for my 2021 Inspired Hex, and fingers crossed if that's arriving, I can get a bike built for next week. Oh, I cannot wait. If you are this far along in the video, then yeah, thank you very much. You must be enjoying my content. If you do want to support me and help create more content, then head over to Clarkson.com, get yourself some merch. If you want to see slightly longer videos released earlier, head over to Patreon. And if you're just feeling in the Christmas spirit and you want to help out with a PayPal donation, the link will be down in the comments. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's actually been a couple of days worth of filming. The sun's already setting. Time to head home, get this video edited, and yeah, put this bike in the back of my memory. Anyway, I'll catch you all next week. Have an amazing time. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye. I think I must be turning American. I'm not sure what's going on with that y'all. We don't say that over here. Anyway, we've got some names here. We've got Adam Abella, thank you very much. We've got Landis Dell. Oh, we've got Alistair Scott, thank you very much. That's a real cool name. Who else we've got here? Mike Inglis, thank you so much. We've got Dorothy Clarkson. Any guesses whose mum that is? Anyway, thanks so much to all these names for supporting me. If you do want to be part of this list, hit me up on Patreon. Otherwise, just enjoy my videos on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a great Christmas. See you later.